Good day, my people. What's up? This is another day in paradise. Thank you so much for those who are watching me. Thank you for following me on my stories and all those things I talk about on my YouTube channel. I'm grateful, and I really think that time has come for me also to change the narrative and try to talk about something totally different from what I always talk about. And you have to create what you call the room for growth or room for thinking, because those people who are watching you, they're watching you because you have interesting story, and every day dawns with its own specifications. And what I mean, it dawns with its own specifications, I mean it has got its own standards. That is it. And some of those standards are not critical. There are things you can make adjustment and move to the next level. Anyway, to have confidence to come on the screen and tell people something, it requires a lot of charisma and a lot of commitment to focus on the camera and try to balance the power. Anyway, in my channel, it is now almost kicking to recognize that I need to change the algorithm setups in order for me to be able to talk about something else. Anyway, I don't know why we have this problem of thinking that others are better than us, and this problem mostly it is affecting we Kenyans, because most of us we Kenyans, we have that problem. And generally our people, the melanin people, we have this problem of thinking that the Caucasians are much better. We give them privileges, we give them first priority in everything, and we don't appreciate ourselves. And when you go to where they come from, them, they don't recognize you, they don't give you any privilege. Why do you have to bow down to that level whereby you are looked down like you're nobody? And when they come to your stronghold or your territory, like for instance in Nairobi, you see the Caucasians, the white people in general, they are treated in a very special way. But when you go to Europe, they don't treat you in that special way. Why? That thing actually clicks into my mind, and I feel so bad. Recently, I went to a hotel, and I saw the Caucasians being treated with special, you know, privileges. And you are paid to get into the same hotel with them, but for them they are being given privileges that you never thought existed. And the people who are giving them privileges are your people. What that's There's nothing special. Even as we have maybe some money to spend, or we have, but one guy told me we are suffering from this syndrome of post-colonial mentality, especially we Kenyans. And that thing is not only affecting Kenyans, it's affecting Africans in general. Everywhere you go, apart from South Africa, in South Africa, they don't treat the people of different race in a special way. You are given standard attention like any other person. But here in Kenya, we have that problem. And that problem, it is rooted into the times of colonial times. That is the information I have. And growing up thinking that they are better, thinking that they deserve much more than us, that's a very bad mentality. And I don't know what we're going to do to clean up this public image, particularly in hospitality industries, the hotels. If you go to southern coast, or to coast, north coast, south coast, in Mombasa, in Diani, in Ukunda, in Mtwapa, in Malindi, as my people, you will not be given that privilege to that attention. How, sir? How are you, sir? What do you want? Can I serve you? Can I show you the way? Can I They think you don't have money to tip them, and or you are so mean, or you are more informative about how to go about things. Maybe that could be the main reason. But we need to run to appreciate everyone. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you are in transit, or you are digitally, or wherever you are, you can pop into a hotel and say, I want to have a cup of tea, I want to have a cup of coffee here, and I feel much appreciated, because you're a citizen, or you're general visitor to that particular place, and they must have standards, unique standards that unifies everyone who pops in there. So those are the things I find it very difficult to understand. And this one mostly is here in Kenya and Tanzania. East Africa, we have that problem. But in southern part, I think it's because of having the different multiracial people. they don't treat them in a unique way. They treat them in a uniform manner, formal, as long as they're not abusive. You just say he's a person like me. I don't see anything special. You like any other person, no privileges. I don't expect anything from you. Me, I'm just doing my work to help you have satisfaction or enjoy the services that we are providing to you. These things are happening. And also in Caribbean, that thing is there. But now in America, is something else. In America, is you can't look me down. I can't look you down too. So there's that gap of tension. Even in UK, you can't look me down. I can't look you down too. But in East Africa, it's like we are glorifying these people from West. It's like we are glorifying, giving them so much attention, like they are everything to us. And that thing, that mentality has trickled down all the way even to the villages, and that thing has made me to feel like, what's wrong with our people? They will not even appreciate themselves and what is around them. You know, there's a lot. Those people who travels, they know what I'm talking about. There's a lot to be discussed. There's a lot to be put on board. There's a lot to be explained, and people are not understanding these things until you air them. You put the grievances on board so people can understand what you're talking about, and that is not something to trash and just let it go like that. No, it is something we need to work on until things stand up and treat everyone with dignity, quality, love, passion, kindness, because you never know that person maybe will come back tomorrow. You never know whether that person will be there. So East Africa, we have a problem and we need to appreciate this and accept it is there, because even on our internal issues, if you don't have capital, you don't have money, you are treated somehow lukewarm perception and reception. You know, in places like South Africa, I've lived in South Africa for some time, and I want to tell you, South Africa, they don't care whether you have money or not. They don't care whether you're a judge or you're working with the government. As long as you're a citizen, you enjoy all the privileges, all the rights. As long as you're a foreigner and you are not one of them, you have to follow the norms. So we, East Africa, we need to go down south and learn something from South Africa, because the way we perceive things and view things, in Kenya, is to have a Mercedes Benz is something very, very important. It must be someone from certain class of people. But in South Africa, that car is driven by anybody. They don't even care. They are not even excited to see it in their villages because it is normal. In South Africa, anybody can shop anywhere, anytime. They don't have a place for the rich people and for the poor people to shop. In Kenya, there are those places where it's exclusive for, like village market is for those class of people. You can access the place. Even if you access, they have to check on you. We need to change East Africa. There's a very big problem, mentality, perception, anatomy of thinking needs to be collapsed and rejuvenated afresh in order for us to have diverse thinking. Multicultural environment whereby you appreciate other people within your standards. They are human beings like you. I'm not saying that we are being mistreated or we are treating people badly. No, we have this thing of elevating people to another level like they're not humans. That I've seen it in the hospitality industry in Kenya, and we need to work on it and change. Anyway, that's my experience, and I don't know what is your experience. You can tell me too. Have a good day.